What's up, Libra? Let's see what Message of Spirit has for the next 48. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Libra placements. What do you need to know about the next 48 hours? All right. Okay. You guys have the Nine of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Devil, Ace of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Hermit. And then you have the Page of Swords, the Death, and the Hierophant. Ooh, to the Justice. The only reason I decided to do your reading first today was because I was on the phone with my sister and she's a Libra. And honestly, I know that this is going to likely resonate with most of you because these were the same cards that came out for her and I shuffled pretty well. So with that being said, I feel like right now some of you guys could be looking towards going in a new direction, whether this is a new job or a new sort of commitment. I feel like you guys are trying to balance out the scales right now by ensuring that everything around you is taken care of. I feel like if you guys are trying to get more information on something, it's pertaining to that death card, like some sort of renewal, some sort of new beginning. You guys could also be contemplating ending something. Like let's say you're trying to break a lease, right? So you're looking up to see like how much is it going to cost me to break that lease. So whatever this information is like if it's pertaining towards an ending, it's just to see like the cost of something or what it's going to take to end that. If this is for a beginning, same thing. You're just kind of like, okay, what do I need to do in order to make this happen, right? Because you're ready for a new commitment here. Also too, if this is pertaining to a person or relationship, I feel like you guys are definitely taking something into consideration, whether this is with someone new or someone from your past. I feel like you guys are just in this like commitment energy. So I don't know if you guys are actually in a commitment and you guys are just looking for like new ways to maybe renew those commitments, or again, if you're just considering or contemplating giving someone another chance or giving someone a chance to begin with. So I am sensing that. With the Nine of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands, a lot of you guys right now might be struggling financially. Not like where you don't have a lot of money. I feel like what you have is what you have. So it's like you guys could be burdened because like you're waiting for payday. So there's something here about waiting for payday, needing money until payday. So you guys might have to tighten up your spending here until payday. I don't know if that's here in the next 48 hours or if that's just like overall in general. I do feel though with the Ten of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Devil, I feel like some of you guys could be taking a blessing and not necessarily utilizing it in the best way possible. You have the Wheel of Fortune that's in the center of Ten of Wands and the Devil, right? So I just feel like whatever this is, some of you guys, like let's say for example, you live in the States and so you just got a tax return, okay? Maybe you're taking that money because you're like, oh wow, it's a lot of money, right? It's a lump sum. And so like you're spending it on things that maybe you're not, like you're being careless with your money. So I feel like in order to avoid, Spirit's advising that in order to avoid you guys being like burdened with this Ten of Wands, it's like, be mindful of the blessing, be mindful of where it's going, be mindful of what you're doing with it. Some of you guys could be retired and it's like, still you're living like month to month because you're like, you know, you're having a good time, you're retired, you're doing whatever you want with that money. And so it always just feels like something is always running out. So some sort of resource tends to be running out for some of you guys. So Spirit's saying like, yeah, like once you get a blessing, because you do have a blessing coming in, do your best not to just spend it, right, frivolously. Ace of Cups, Seven of Cups, the Hermit. I feel like you guys are trying to invest in something, whether that's like a new job, a new location, a new relationship. There's something here about emotional investment, especially with the Ace of Cups, right? What do I give my heart to? What do I give my heart and soul to? And so a lot of you guys could be looking at a different, maybe like a change in career. You guys could be looking at just different ways to make things happen. Also too, I feel like if you're a parent, it's like you're always pouring into like your kid's cup, right? Let's say you have like, some of you guys could have 4, 6 kids, maybe 2. but it's like, okay, how do I pour into their cup? So I feel like you guys are constantly like taking from you and giving to like your kids or giving to like your loved ones. So again, be mindful of the blessings that come in. There's nothing wrong with taking care of the people you love, especially if these are your kids, but like if your kids are always asking for money and you don't always got it like that, like maybe something to be mindful about. So that's what I got. For the next 48, I feel like with the 9 of Wands, one of two ways. Either you guys are going to be burdened or you guys are going to be determined. This does feel like this is maybe a little bit more of a burdening energy for some of you, not for all of you. Again, I feel like there's someone here, like in the next 48 hours, I just feel like you're kind of burdened by the fact of like, again, not having like resources. I feel like you're just kind of holding on to what you have, right? So if it's your last 20, you're trying to make that 20 work for the next week or so. If this is like the last bit of food, you're kind of like sparing it. I don't think it's that extreme, but I just feel like you're holding on to something that's kind of like the last bit of something. And so that's what I feel like for some of you. For others of you, if you're determined, some of you guys could be like trying to fight for something that you have. So I don't know, let's say for example, you guys have been out of work and, you know, you're trying to pay the rent because you can't really afford to go anywhere. I do feel like you guys are determined to keep something here. So it's like, again, like whatever it is that you're fighting for, you're like, I'm trying to figure it out. Some of you guys are like, you know, trying to earn extra money on the side or trying to see where you could borrow money. I'm hearing robbing Peter to pay Paul, so be mindful of that as well. I feel like you guys are good about like paying people back if you need to, but at the same time too, I just feel like there's something here you guys are determined to keep or make happen in the next 48 hours. With the 4 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands, some of you guys that are keeping secrets, it's burdening you. This is like pertaining to someone that you're always seeing. So let's say, for example, in your friend group, you're keeping a secret for one friend. You're keeping them from everybody, right? So there's something here about what you're keeping could be burdening you. Also, too, that could be Spirit's way of saying that, like, we understand that you're determined to keep this, but it's like if you're meant to let it go, which you might be meant to let something go here in the next 48 hours, but it's like, it's going to continue to bring you burden until you let it go. So some of you guys, this could be a lesson in ego. This could be a lesson in detachment as well. Because some of you guys might be living above your means is what I'm getting. So it's like, obviously, to continue to live above your means is going to continue to bring you stress and worry. So some of you guys are ready to let something go because you're like, man, like, okay, you win. It's like, okay, universe, you win, right? So you're about ready to let something go. With the 10 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like once you let that go, things change for the better for some of you. Others of you, it's like you're going to continue to go against the wheel. And it's going to continue to bring you burden, right? Which is why the Devil is here. So I feel like in the next 48 hours, if you guys are feeling drawn or inspired to let something go, to let someone go, like just do it. Don't go against the grain, okay? Just let these things happen. Because I feel like the more that you continue to hold on, it's like I'm seeing like wheels and like sparks. Yeah, it just reminded me of a dream that I had last night. I was going in the wrong direction, like in a parking lot, and I was about to hit spikes. I don't know why this just came to mind. It's because I saw the sparks. Yeah, I was going in the wrong direction, and I was like, oh, I didn't want like my tires to get spiked, so I stopped. So you guys might be going in the wrong direction right now, right? But something's going to come in that's going to snap you out of it and be like, oh, and so then it's going to pivot you. Okay, so I feel like that's what this Wheel of Fortune is here. Like you guys are being pivoted right now. So do your best to be mindful of what's going on around you and try not to hold on so tightly. Okay, because I feel like things are trying to work out in your favor, but it's like if you're just holding on tightly or if you're not letting things go or you think that, you know, like, no, like you're trying to, someone here needs more time for something. And it's like, no, like time's up on this, okay? And it's for a reason. Like you don't know. Nobody knows what the reasons are until they happen. So again, like let something happen naturally. I'm hearing organically. Do your best to release any type of negative thoughts or toxicities when it comes to the things going on in your life right now. Think positive is all I'm hearing. And I know that's hard for some of you, but like seriously though, things are gonna get better. They are shifting in your favor, but it's like you guys keep staying in this devil energy, right? You keep trying to make something work. It's like this right here is like it's you, right? Or not even you. This is like your fortune. This is like your future. This is like everything that could possibly go right for you. But it's like you're holding on to it. You're like, no, like stay here. And it's like, no, let it go so that it can do its thing. So some of you guys need to hear that. Ace of Cups, in the next 48, I feel like there's a lot of loving energy. Again, like if you have kids, I feel like that loving energy is going towards them. Or maybe they're very loving towards you. Also, too, you guys might have a toxic way of like showing your love. There's something here about that. So again, if this is your kid that you've got like tied down, like let them kind of do their thing. Try not to be so overburdening and controlling. Everything's gonna be fine, whatever this is. I don't know. Some of you are grounding your kid in the next 48 hours and having to keep an eye on them is what I just got. So yeah, Ace of Cups, I feel like there's a lot of loving energy in the next 48 as well for others of you. Some of you guys are still pouring into your own cup. A lot of you guys are trying to figure out like, I don't know, maybe you guys are trying to save some money, do something nice for yourselves. I'm seeing like the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, right? Like there's something here physical that you want to do. So whether this is like cut your hair, change your hair color, grow a beard, buy some new clothes, there's something here about that. So I see you guys pouring into yourself in the next 48 hours. I'm hearing treat yourself. Ace of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Again, like I was mentioning earlier, I feel like in the next 48, it's like you have options. So where do you emotionally invest these options? If you have kids, you're kind of like, oh, like, you know, I'm gonna spend time with this kid, I'm gonna spend time with that kid, I'm gonna, you know, so that type of thing. In the next 48 too, you have options to do something. Honestly, some of you guys are busy in the next 48, and all you guys want to do is stay home. So I see somebody here procrastinating on a couple of things that need to get done. So I feel like in the next 48 hours, you might spend 24 hours in hermit mode, but then you spend the other 48 hours like getting things done. But I feel like you have a lot of tasks to do in the next 48, but it's like all you want to do is stay in. I feel like some of you too could be under the weather. So again, it's like you guys could be resting up. It's like you could have a lot of things to do, but if you're under the weather, like what can you do? It's not much, right? So that's what I have for you, Libra. Hopefully this helps and resonates, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.